Hi everyone, welcome to the stream, and now I'm going to stream how to do runtime template instantiation in C++. Which, and you may ask how it's possible. Well, um, you may consider it cheating, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write some code that generates some other code, and the first piece of code is going to compile the second piece of code, and then it's going to link with it dynamically. I've actually, I think I wrote, if I remember correctly, I wrote something like that 2 years before, but um, yeah, from first it was 2 years ago, and the second it was on Linux. And Linux is great, but right now I'm on OS X. So I guess let's do it. Let's write some code that can instantiate templates in runtime. So is this working properly? Okay. Okay. So let me open the chat on YouTube. But as usual, I'm keeping an eye primarily on this chat, on what people call, and yeah, okay, Twitch works too. So let's do it. Let's write some code. So let's check how to do DL open on OS X. Well, it turns out that looks like there is no DL open on oh no, look at that. There is DL open. Okay, so here's what we need to do. Let's do it. Let's write a library. Okay. So how to call it? Runtime template instantiation. Well, it looks awfully like runtime type information. So let's call it. How do we call it? HTTPL. Oh yeah, let's call it HTTPL.cpp. So what we need to do is let's start by writing a hello world just to make sure everything works fine. And I think it is because I wrote some C++ code not long ago. Oops, not wrong thing. Okay, let's do this. Okay, and it outputs hello world. Let's actually outputs test, but that's pretty much the same thing. Test it. Okay, let's go. So we need to generate some code, and first let's create a template. Let's, for the sake of so we are writing not a real library, we are writing like a small demo, like sort of proof of concept. Hi. Class classful template type name t int and right. Let's write some public functions. Let's do this. Well, since we are trying to cheat here, we can't. I think we'll do another HackerRank video at some point, so I can hear say it some more. Yeah, sure, I can do that. Yeah, it was a while since I did HackerRank video last time. I can do it. So okay. So let's write. So right now I'm just trying to write a small proof of concept library for instantiation templates runtime. But well, it's kind of actually cheating, and it's not. It won't work that great because we still need. Like I mentioned, we are going to come. So we have one piece of code that generates another piece of code, and the first piece of code compiles the second piece of code. But the problem is then the two pieces of code should interact together in some fashion. And the first piece of code is already compiled, and so the interface is already exists already. So just to make it clear, it's more like a fun thing to implement. It's not a serious code, but sometimes similar technique can be useful. Like I mentioned, I had a coworker who did some sort of I don't remember. It was an old story. So he did basically some, and it wasn't and the story not about Yandex, but about one of his previous places of works. And he did something like that. So instead of issuing a complex, expensive query to some sort of database, he generated some code that worked a lot more efficiently. So occasionally such technique may be useful, but such occasions are rare. So let's write it. And we need to define an interface that is available at compile time. So we can't really link at arbitrary code, and well, we need a way to call that code. So let's create a full interface. Right, because we can. And there is going to be a function for file. Let's make it private. Let's make it for virtual. So here's the interface, and the full class is going to inherit it. And we need a way to. So since we are writing a proof of concept, let's make bar. Let's remove type name because we don't really need it, and let's make bar output n. Like so, we do cout and very simple. Right, it will put. So let's try to instantiate it here. It should print 42. Okay, works. No real surprise here. What's next? The next thing is actually wonder if it's possible to export a class and call its constructor, but the problem here is that it's probably not that easy. I mean, basically, C++ functions become sort of uh, like C++ classes and C++ methods become sort of normal functions. Sort of. I don't know what it's called, but the best way to think about them is to think them as compiled C functions. What is a template? A template is well, you if you well, a template is like in C++, a template is a template for a class. It's not a real or a function. Uh, it's not a real class, but it's like a template. It has it can have multiple parameters, either type parameters or integer parameters or some other primitive type parameters, and and then there is a process of instantiating template. Like here, I instantiate a template, and a compiler generates code for this instance. So, I'm not sure if it makes sense to you. In C++, there are so where it may be useful. In C++, there is a whole library called standard template library, and it's full of different templates. Templates are great for writing like generic code, and there is library. For example, the simplest example is vector. So you can create, and vector is like an array, and basically you can, using templates, you can create a generic array, and you can with this mechanism you can have like vectors of integers, you can have vectors of strings, and so on. It's fairly different from in principle, if you have an object like some of the languages like Java have a single object that all other, like they have a single class that all other classes inherit, and in Java so in Java you could achieve, so Java achieves the similar thing by using a different mechanism. Although, if I remember correctly, there are some generics, but generics only do type, or only enforce type. They are not really like C++ templates. Well, in C++ there is no common, like in C++, objects do not share common class, and that's why templates are useful. I really hope that I explained this clearly. I suspect that I'm not explaining this properly, and so you can have vectors. Oh, okay, I didn't write some code. So this would be a vector that stores integers. This is a vector that stores string. Oh, okay, great. Yes, thanks for helping me. I don't really have that much experience with Java. I think I wrote like 1,000 lines in Java, maybe no more than 1,000 lines. I did read a bit about Java, and it's a different language in this respect. So the thing with templates is that they're like a compile time mechanism. You can't really instantiate them during runtime, and well, so we won't really be instantiating them in runtime. We will, like I mentioned, we will one piece of code will generate another piece of code, compile it, and then link dynamically. But it's close enough, I guess. And it's also a fun thing to do. So let's do it. So now the problem here, like before I started answering the sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your nickname, Eschatite. Before I started answering Eschatite question, I talked a bit about how to import classes from dynamic library. And the problem here is that they get converted into something like, well, I'm a night owl, so yeah, I don't sleep. I don't sleep until typically 4 a.m. So like classes, its methods, all they get converted into like pretty much something like compiled C functions. And during runtime, it's not like there are classes. There are some old-fashioned well, it's kind of difficult to explain how C++ program looks during runtime. So yeah, basically there are some. Actually, I kind of need to read about it. Basically, if I remember correctly, there are some functions sort of have a name, and this name can be imported. But each name corresponds to an address. So it's not exactly like function. It's more like compiled function. Hope this makes sense. So and instantiating a class, creating an instance of class foo would be not that easy. So you can't really do it directly during runtime. So what we would do, so the interface that so what we will do, we will use DL open and probably DL sim, which is a very low level interface, like very low level. You can pretty much through using it, you can pretty much get a pointer to function, but you can't really do like pointer to class constructor. Maybe or maybe you can, but then again you need somehow to pass this. Again, it's tricky. And my point here is that it's really tricky. You can't. It's not easy to. It's much better to create a factory function. So let's create a factory function, and that's why there is a foo interface, right? So actually, later maybe I could try to. I could try to not use this interface. Maybe I could instantiate stuff directly. It would be a fun exercise. So get foo. So okay, let's write a template. return u full n. Okay, still works. Let's try using this. Thing. Okay, no matching function, but that's because we need to instantiate it directly. The compiler can deduce the types of the arguments. So not types, but the parameters. What now? Now we need to make it some sort of a string. So we write the string to a file. So we write this string to a file. So let's create a code called function called generate code. So what would be the best way to okay, let's create alright, we need to wrap this into a string. Let's do it. Oops, there are some errors. So here we are going to. You probably be better off using a raw string. Oh, you actually are right. But I don't think that we will run. Okay, you are probably right about raw strings. Yeah, it would look a lot better, but I agree. Yeah, I didn't think about it, but it's too late to change. So I mean, I'm going to just. So I'm just going to leave it like that, and don't actually remember how to do this. Yeah, it's oops. Okay, let's do replacing. Return. Oh, what the hell? I'm going to rewrite it. You forgot concat lines. They're going to be concatenated automatically. So it's just one huge string literal. It's a nice feature actually. Sometimes it's really handy. Well, sometimes it comes really handy. So we need actually, you know what? It's too much work. Let's just leave it like that. Let's leave it like it was. I'm not going to rename any of the variables. Import and change the interface. Actually, what's the best way to convert an integer to a string? I know that there is a boost lexical cast, but I don't really want to use boost because it's just uh, converting int to string. In Yandex, we had a really nice toString template function. Um, Maybe I could use a tree or string stream. I was actually going to write a string stream. Or yeah, true. Yeah, that's what I was really going to write. But it turns out that there is toString function in C++11. So why not use C++11? Yes, the toString. Oops. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's one huge piece of code, but it worked correctly, and there is return u for 42. generate full. Okay, so we have generate full. Let's write function called no, maybe not. Let's not write function. Let's just generate it here. Let's include stream. Let's actually do this. Let's get n from the input from the std in. Generate full. Okay, there is p open. Nice. So we can either read or write with results in. The read or write to a template, also to a process. Can we wait? Okay, so we can wait until the process is completed. By using pclose, and then we have a compiled code. I'm actually not sure how to compile a dilib object. Um, mm, wow, 5 people are watching on Twitch. So, so to people who are watching on Twitch, I'm trying to do something really weird. I'm trying to instantiate templates during runtime, and of course you can't really do this, but you can write one piece of code that will generate um, another piece of code. Then the first piece of code is going to compile it and link with the second piece of code dynamically, which I think is close enough. And it's just a fun little exercise, so you shouldn't probably take this seriously. Be close, but and so we have a compiled code at this point. Now we need to figure out how to link dynamically. I guess let's try minus dynamic lib. Yeah, and I guess let's copy all this stuff as well. And maybe we don't even need to use all files, so we can avoid it. Okay, del open. Now let's link dynamically. Let's use del open. Daily int mode. Okay, I don't really remember anything about modes. I guess let's try. You forgot pass source file. Yeah, you're right. That's true. Let's pass it. Let's try a combination of things. Alright, I guess that's really. This should be enough. So we need DL FCN. Oh, yeah. And now we can simply actually we probably need to wrap into extern C, so its name won't be mangled. Okay, the last piece of code that we need is DL sim. Um, and let's get factory function. Then we need to convert it. Actually, then we need to convert it into pointer to function. Okay. Can I simply do this? I'm not sure. Okay. Okay, let's make a type there. I remember we can simply do this. Then we can I have twist link, please? Yeah, sure. 1 second. So I'm going to. Yeah, okay, well, we just need to cast it explicitly. There is no implicit coercion. So yeah, you can have a Twitch link. You can also have a YouTube link if you need one. Oops, sorry for the noises. So I actually realized that this won't quite work. We also need to insert a full interface in the template string. And the simplest way is to write a macro. So I just write a macro that will insert all the code into our program, like in the first piece of code, and second it will insert it into actually I don't know how to do that. Actually no idea. I mean C macro expansion inside string. Okay, let's copy this. Actually, maybe we can simply do do this. Yeah, no, we can't. Define test war expanded quote. So hopefully this works. I won't be surprised if it doesn't work for some unknown reason. It doesn't. Okay, it waits for the value. Didn't work. Sucks. Maybe there is for code auto-generated.cpp. Okay, there is full interface there, so this part worked. Actually, we don't even call the function. We get a pointer, but we don't call it for some reason. Too few to function call expected one have 0. What the hell? How do you? Oh, right. It takes no arguments. Okay. Segmentation fault. Okay, I guess shit happens. Let's see if there is for code out of the dial-in. And there is. Let's print pointer value. Let's print sim as pointer value. Let's print long. Okay, it wasn't able to open a resulting library, which sucks. We have something. We probably can something to do about it. Wow, it's why is it full code? It should be full code. Maybe this is the issue. Okay, so now it was able to open. You should be able to just see out the points. Actually, you are probably right. I don't remember it. Let me check it. Yeah, since there are pointers to void, they're probably printable. Yeah, just like that. That's all actually looks a lot more nicer. I wonder if it works for pointers to integers. And I wonder if it's just special code for pointers to chars, because pointers to chars is how strings in C are represented. No, well, I'm pretty sure that is for if you do this. Yeah, char is an exception. That's why I asked. Okay, but thanks for the tip. I kind of didn't realize that it's only char. What is getFoo? It's a it's a factory function for the that returns foo interface pointer, and it actually returns a pointer to an instance of foo something. Also, shouldn't getFoo return time be foo interface, not void? Oh, it is. Oh, you're right. True, true. You're right. Okay. This isn't an issue, so it won't. Yeah, it doesn't work. Thanks. So there is a problem with. Maybe I'm wrong that dynamic class loading. We need only to tell the compiler to use style linkage using extern C qualifier, um, which is exactly what we are using. I know that we need to use. Um, Let's see what symbols are present in a dilib. Um, Symbols, so just symbols. Hmm. Okay, looks like the symbol is absent. there is a similar problem. So oh, okay, let's add f peak. F peak is could be something that we need. Okay, it didn't work. Oh, this is the last thing that we need to do is just to figure out how to get a symbol from it. Okay, there is a name. Maybe we need to Yeah, no symbols. Okay, maybe it's a clan issue, so let's do it with um, maybe GCC. Oops. Let's actually compile it with GCC just in case. Still didn't work. Okay. Didn't work again, even though I tried to. Are you using extend-C? That's a good question. I do use extend-C. Maybe I'm using it incorrectly, but I think it's just the same. Yeah, the problem is even if I didn't use extend-C, I should. Even if I don't use extend-C, I should be able to see um, a symbol. Its name will be mangled, but I should see it. Yeah, I agree. That's what I was trying to tell. Um, Object dump. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's try to do it. Object dump. Oh no, there is no object dump. There is O2, and it says that there is 0 entries. That's really sucks because I hope that this is like the last thing that we need to do, and well, it's kind of painful. Ooh, this sucks. So there is a way to um, there was something about let's try include underscore. There was something about including an underscore. So well, okay, again didn't work. I leave. Okay, let's launch an app. Okay, there is a some symbol here. Oh yeah, let's actually will use clan here again, just in case. And let's remove everything from here. Okay, let's launch an app. Again, nothing really interesting. Let's see for code.cpp. Wait a second. Why is it empty? Shouldn't be empty. Maybe that's why that would be super stupid. Okay, it's empty for some reason, but that would be extremely. This would be extremely stupid. Although, okay. Okay, now look at that. I mean, it was silently compiling an empty source file, and the problem that so okay, here's the what happened. Before this code, this thing got buffered, and well, when offstream is destroyed, the contents of the buffer get printed, but you can of course flush buffer manually, but we didn't do this. So at this point where the code is where the compilation is executed, like where the compilation command is executed, there is no code in full code underscore auto-generated.cpv. Ah, this sucks. But at least we found the bug, and I didn't check properly that the code was available to compile to compile. I sort of assumed that it will print just some messages instead of silently doing nothing. So let's now include IOStream. Let's launch it. I did try another compiler, but it turns out that both compilers failed silently. But right now, I know it maybe missed that part, but I figured out the problem. The problem is that the code file was empty. Basically, it okay. Oh, look at that! It worked. Look at that! It worked. And as you can see, the code worked. Finally. Okay, it was all really straightforward. Turns out that that the code was empty. I mean, it wasn't an easy it wasn't an easy mistake to spot. So yeah. Anyway. I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks for watching. By the way, maybe there are some questions here. There are questions I will answer them. And if there are no questions, I will end the stream. Can you make a gist? Yes, I can make a gist. Of course, it's a good thing to do. What was the name of the thank you for your moral support and for your help with the with the code. Uh, okay, let's create a public gist. You can have a gist. Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you for all your support and for the help. And bye. Bye.